Special Forces soldier took one look at the man in the photo. He discovered the real murderer of his wife and daughter. The murderer was actually the police officer investigating the case, and this police officer is an agent from the feds. He had been investigating the murder of Chris's family, but after he went to the scene to investigate, he didn't find any extra fingerprints or anyone suspicious. The case was shelved for the time being, and Chris had just gotten home from the military. He thought it must be a premeditated murder, because before his wife and daughter were killed, his recently discharged brother committed suicide in his home. Officials say he couldn't handle the after effects of the war. Still no extra fingerprints at the scene, and the surveillance is again clueless, so they don't think the victim was murdered. The agent on the case at the time was the one Chris suspected, and Chris had reason to be suspicious. The day after he was discharged, he had an unbearable headache and tinnitus, so he went to a Navy hospital for tests, and just as he was being wheeled out by the machine, there were two killers in front of him. One of them ordered him to move out slowly. The other wore a glove and held a gun to his head. The killers probably didn't want to leave fingerprints on the scene. They may have been trying to stage Chris' death as a suicide as well, but they're dealing with a former Navy SEAL. As soon as Chris catches the slightest chance to fight back, he would have used his fighting stance to overwhelm the other team, and Chris specially memorized the killer's eyes during the fight. But the enemy's ability to escape was also very strong. When Chris gave chase, those enemies were gone, and when Chris checked the chamber of the gun, he realized that this gun was the same gun that his brother killed himself with. But in honor of his brother, he locked the gun in the safe last night, and now it strangely appeared here. That means the killer has already been to Chris's house before he came. Now his wife and daughter are probably in danger, and when Chris returned home, all the suspicions became reality. So many things happened in one day. It made Chris grief-stricken. He wanted to leave it to the authorities, but the man who tried to kill them was the agent who came to investigate. Suspicion always requires proof. He came to Naval Forces HQ and said he didn't trust the feds, and wanted the commander to use the military force to find out who's behind this, but instead of helping him, he blamed him for not completing his mission.